Hello everyone! I'm XIV, also known as Connor, and today we are playing Final Fantasy XIV. There we go. I have a drink, so let's hop into the game. Also, I should probably I'm gonna go ahead and tweak the audio a little bit, because I'm noticing the music's a bit loud. So let's go into the mixed view for a moment. There he is. He's just sitting. Breeze? Finally, I was starting to think I'd hallucinated what cold feels like. Sorry, didn't. Yeah, I was considering just doing that for the fun of it. Because why not? Let me just put it on. Nah, I'm just gonna do gameplay for now. Wait, Alphino? Alphino's eager to get the. Not mixed. Alphino is eager to get to work. So, to review, we are reliably informed that members of the Alamegan Resistance are operating here have taken receipt of several large shipments of crystals. Our task being to ascertain who and why. Given the size of the settlement, I find it hard to believe that anyone here would be wholly unaware of the Resistance's movements. The challenge, of course, will be finding the individuals who are both able and willing to share such information with outsiders. It would seem sensible to divide our forces. Kennedy, why don't you question the residents in the eastern half of town? Alize and I will do the same in the west, and afterwards we can rendezvous here to share our findings. Had to drink for a moment. The Resistance? Damned if I know. It's not as if I'd be any use, if you set store by all this tales of secret weapons, good luck to you, but I'm too old for the mask's bedtime stories. This is a lot, and it's time we got used to it. Let me guess. Come to join the fight, have you? No need to deny it, friend. You're not the first to answer the Griffin's call. Well, he's fired every Alamegan's heart. He's also inspired more than a few old dons to pledge themselves to the cause. A little wonder the Guardians won't stop until we're all under the yoke. Talbot, don't need robots. I see you there, going around asking questions. Looking for the Griffin and his lot, I'll bet. Seems they're the talk of little amigo these days. Folk wondering what he's about, and what he's in store, what he's got in store for the Guardians, and what's under that mask of his, of course. Some say he's hardly got a face, what with all the scars. Others reckon he's been marked for death by the Empire, and that they'd send a bloody legion if they knew he was here. Your guess is as good as mine. I forgot to activate auto run. Oh look, they're back here. I suppose I should ask what you learned, but I think I already know. The Griffin seems to be the leader of a newly formed faction within the Resistance, the Masks. Yet despite their growing popularity, no one seems to know much about them. Only that they're the most aggressively militant group to join the movement in recent memory. Indeed, many claim their commitment to the cause of Alamegan liberation is unrivaled. But can we hope their revolutionary fervor is never channeled in the direction of a primal? Oh, we can but hope their revolutionary fervor is never channeled in the direction of a primal. Though I feel confident that this group which received the crystal ship, that this is the group which received the crystal shipments. Yet we lack proof. Before taking any action, I would speak with the settlement's leader to confirm my suspicions, and mayhap enlist his help while I am about it. Given you and Gundabal are already acquainted, mayhap it would be best if you took the lead, shall we? Gundabal, yeah. Much as it pleases to see you again, Kinesi, I cannot help but wonder if I should be worried. I hear you and yours have been asking questions. The Griffin? Aye, I know of him. As do we all. He and his masks have become the leading faction within the Resistance. Though there was suspicion at first, given his secretive ways, he quickly proved himself a charismatic and capable commander. Men are drawn to his passion and his vision, and truly believe he has what it takes to lead them to victory. Even I cannot help but admire the man for what he's accomplished. But I have not forgotten Wilred. I was blind to the danger of his ambitions, and you were not. Griffin will soon deliver a speech to our people at the sunken Temple of Khan. Go and see him with your own eyes, weigh his words with your own heart. How convenient. 'Tis but a pity Fankred is not here to join us. You two go on ahead. I'll stay behind and wait for him. Good call, Alize. Let me pull up my... Let me bring out the Chocobo. Has it begun already? I hear voices coming from within. Oh, cutscene? Let me just go ahead and...
Brothers and sisters, 20 years ago, Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire. In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled. Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same. We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out, building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country, or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery. The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight. They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us. And they have murdered us. But no more! Blood demands blood, and the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands. This I promise you, for we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Alamigan standard raised over the mountains of Gia Arbania once more!
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that. Wait, is that...
What are you two doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
It's Hida and Papa Limo.
Well, this is quite the surprise.
If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel...
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
For it is not strength of arms that will win this battle, but strength of heart.
Yeah, this Griffin doesn't look trustworthy at all. Whoop! Get out of here. Overkill, but hey. I think this is another one of those spoken cuts. Nope! Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well. And you! But though it was pretty obvious you and Kinesi would be fine. Crystal Brace never did have a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions. Divided as they were and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea. But if you truly believe that... Forgive me, what exactly have you been doing all this time? Repaying a favor. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Uldar, and we would not have been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance. That's right. They smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in Little Alamigo, all at great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let it go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a while. And when we learned of the Scion's exoneration, that Lolorito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves, and that General Raban had been reinstated, we resolved to make contact, but having long since discarded our link pearls as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to a courier. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, that you never received it. Let's be honest, we thought this might happen. While the masks are happy to let refugees spread the word within our community, they are pretty strict about communicating with outsiders. Oh, and we'd also heard a rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs. The Griffin mistrusts the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? Curious. It's well known that we are no friends to Garlemald. One would think the man we saw beseeching all and sundry to join his cause would welcome our support. Let me just go ahead and quickly adjust the track. I should say that the man you saw was not, in fact, the Griffin, but an impersonator, and a talented rabble-rouser to boot. Would not surprise me that if he were responsible for the majority of these public appearances. As you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man, who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. It's hard to know what to make of it all. The secrecy, the impersonators, the masks. What? It's not as if I'm making all of you wear one. And mine only covers half my face. It's completely different. Anyway, when we heard the Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the... For all the good it did. And now you've heard the whole of it. But tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the Griffin? Basically, we're thinking he's holding a shitload of crystals to summon a primal. Summoning? You're not serious. You're not serious. I can't believe it. The Resistance would never even entertain such a ridiculous plan. But the Griffin? Well, the man is an enigma. I cannot say with any confidence what he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. The masks may have many such claims of late. I confess, I'd assumed it to be mere bluster. But in the context of the shipments of which you spoke, it is not impossible that they are alluding to a primal. Whatever it is, we'll find out together. And if anyone tries to stop us, they'll answer to me. Indeed. That is, assuming you'll have us. Quest complete! Clonal, Cordon Bleu, Spaghetti Pescatore, and Elegant Silver. If, as you suspect, the Griffin is indeed plotting to summon a primal, we must needs obtain confirmation while there is yet time to act. To that end, I propose we question his double. Given his role as the group's de facto mouthpiece, I would not be surprised if he were one of the Griffin's closest associates. And while he may not be aware of the most sensitive details, he can probably tell us the mask's plans in broad strokes. Like the man whom he impersonates, however, he is wary of outsiders. He will not expose himself without a suitable incentive. My plan is as follows. You and Alphino will pose as adventurers fallen on hard times, inspired by his words to take up arms for a noble cause. Ida and I, as members of the Resistance, will recount tales of your past achievements, and testify as to your usefulness in the struggles ahead. With our enthusiastic assurances still ringing in his ears, he will decide to welcome you in person, and we will arrange a meeting. You will need to look the part as we might maintain the charade, until we have him concerned at least. Until we have him cornered at least. Here, this should be enough to purchase suitable garments from Telbo. And have him rub a respectable amount of dirt on them for good measure. Any questions? Alfie? All seems simple enough. Thank you. And with that, Knazy, let us be off. And it's 4 in the morning in Little Alamigo. You want to buy what? I don't know what you're up to, but I want no part of it. Well, you're the ones with the gill, and seeing as your friends at Papalimo. Yeah, tunic and slops for the both of you, tailored and treated to your tastes. Now off of you, before someone sees us together. Clothes maketh the man, as they say. Right, I will go and change. See what the spot Papalimo marked on your maps. On our maps. Oh, fuck. I'll give myself the swap. We're in the slop. Okay, that's actually a bit too conspicuous. Let me just say I commandeered their fucking armor. Oh, look at that. Look at that. A pair of down-at-heel adventurers seeking a chance to recapture past glories. Yes, this should suffice. And now we play the waiting game.
My thanks, comrades.
Spoken. Going to full screen.
You must be the esteemed adventurers of whom I've heard so much. I understand you have taken an interest in our cause.
We're standing too far apart, Alfie.
A great interest, you might say. Your words have certainly made quite an impression on my friend and I. The Resistance has long, and some would say wisely, avoided open engagements with the Garleans, but you and yours seem confident against the world in arms. I can only assume you have good reason to be so bold. Why, one might even think you are planning to summon a primal. Because that would do much to explain the sizable shipment of crystals you recently received from your smuggler friends, whom our Ishgardian allies have since detained, lest you wonder.
Oh.
I'd like to hear more about the Griffin. The real Griffin. Your performance earlier didn't fool us.
Ah, the famous scions of the Seventh Dawn. I should have known better than to think I could conceal the truth from you lot. You are right. I am not the Griffin, but I speak with his voice, and it was at his behest that we procured those crystals.
Now, either you go ahead and hand over the uniform.
You are wrong, however, if you think that we procured them to summon a primal. We used them to reach an accord with the Amalja. In exchange for crystals to summon their god, they will aid us in the fight for Alamegan liberation.
Still, the goal is to
You've got to be joking. Have you gone completely mad? When people find out you helped the Lizardmen
Then
summon a
suddenly
freak,
free.
they'll turn on the Resistance. Alamigo will never be free.
This isn't a fairy tale, girl. We don't have the luxury to play at being honorable heroes. It's because the likes of you wouldn't sully your saintly hands that Alamigo's been under the yoke for the past 20 years. But the Griffin won't stand for it, and neither will we. We're ready to do whatever it takes.
I guess it's time for us to pinch those fucking crystals then.
What proof do you have of this arrangement with the Amalja?
Paparimo, you make a point. You make a good question.
What? Aside from a lack of crystals? None. But the beastmen have a great big pile of the things if you fancy looking. You might want to hurry, though. It'll not be long before they summon their god.
I guess it's time to bite those crystals out of their hand.
Search our camp if you don't believe me. We have naught to hide.
If there is a cache to be found, Ida and I will find it.
Then let us be off. Are you perchance the warrior of light?
In the flesh. Or rather,
Aye,
in the...
I thought so. You should know that a great many who have joined us did so because you saved them. Because you showed them that one brave man can make a difference. You saved me too once. Helped a friend over in Quarry Mill make some medicine I needed. But that was a lifetime ago. On behalf of my brothers and sisters, I thank you. You gave us hope where there was none, courage and strength when all was lost. We shall not squander your gift.
I know that look, Ida, and I do not like it. You cannot seriously be contemplating taking up arms with that band of cutthroats.
I just...
Ida?
If the Griffin and his men have their way, it is only a matter of time before the situation in Alamigo comes to a head. Your homeland's future teeters on a knife edge, and any reckless action, however small, could have irrevocable consequences.
He has a point, you know.
You mustn't lose sight of that, Ida. When the time comes, we must all make our choices, but we must do so in full possession of the facts. Now, let us away. There is work to be done.
Now let me burn this, Tina. I don't like how it feels. There. The quarry mill, he said. Do you remember? Forgive me. You cannot be expected to recall every name and face. And besides, it's not as if it matters. I have long admired how you live in the present. How you focus on the problems at hand and always keep moving forward. Let us keep moving forward, Kinesi. Wait, does it actually link up here? Say it in the lore anywhere? Ah, yes, 7th Umbral Era main scenario quest, Helping Horn. Faramund! Oh wait, no, Galleon. Let me get the elegant silver piece. Whoop! Alphino. One life for one world. Wait. Wait. Let me just zoom in on this because is that who I think it is? The ad break is going on, so I'll wait for a moment. Let me just dip it behind. Let me just dip this behind. Let me just hide it behind here for a moment. Hey, welcome back. We're about to do this quest. If we take the Griffin's double at his word, then the crystals are now somewhere within Zaharak, ready to be put to use by the Amalja. We must apprise Alizé of all we have learned. I will join you both in Little Alamigo after I have changed. I can understand why you feel like you need to quickly change your outfit. Alfie, it wasn't exactly comfortable for me either. It's him! That cred! Now that Fancred is finally... It skipped. Now that Fancred has finally arrived, mayhap you could share your latest findings? Well, here's the situation. You mean to tell me that while we were worrying ourselves sick, Ida and Papalima were here all along? Well, your Stolen will be relieved. And also angry. Mainly angry, I should think. As for the crystals, what choice do we have? We cannot very well leave them in the hands of the Amalja. For all we know, they could be preparing to summon a freak even as we speak. We must make for Zaharak without delay. Indeed, if there is naught else to discuss, let us depart at once. Is that the food? It's him. And so they go forth in accordance with the Griffin's plan. The players gather to assume their marks on a stage wreathed in flame. Ere long the curtain shall rise, and the drama of which I am author, gods forgive me, shall at last be performed. Naught else remaineth, save to stand at the ready and pray there's a chance, that the chance is seized. For they shall know, for never shall we know its like again. I feel like Urianger is playing both sides. I confess, I expected a warmer greeting. But we must not jump to conclusions. Not until we have braved the Bowl of Embers. And we must be ready to engage the enemy at any moment. If you would make any final preparations, pray do so now. I shall await your signal. Upon proceeding to the Bowl of Embers, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended you set aside a sufficient time to view these sequences in their entirety. Duty calls. Commence battle for one life, for one world. Level sync is in effect. If you are above the maximum allowed level, it will be synced as follows. Level 60.
This isn't right. The Amalja would never leave this place so poorly guarded.
Oh no, Warriors of Darkness. I can feel it in my bones.
Not willingly, no.
They are basically a 5-man party.
Ah, the saviors of Eorzea. Slow as ever.
Hey, we had to gather reasonable cause.
By the 12, will you never learn?
You know, you're right. Mayhap it is time for a change of tack. Killing primals, tormenting beastmen, hastening the birth of a new god. It's all a bit much, isn't it? And frankly, we don't have the leisure to do it. But killing the warrior of light, on the other hand, that would soon plunge Eorzea into chaos.
Yeah, right. I was like
One life for one world. A fair exchange. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, you fool.
Lest you forget, you've more than one opponent.
Carbuncle! Defend me!
Oh, nice catch!
I sense you will offer more than mere target practice, unlike your sister.
Alize!
Did I not tell you, Alphino? I am not the girl I once was.
Oh, you have just brought thunder.
My brother was always the clever one, while my talents lay elsewhere.
You have just pissed off Alizé. Prepare to die.
If you would dare to stand against us, to destroy all that we hold dear, then you shall die by my sword.
I think this is yep, duty time.
Let's finish this.
Bring it. Shit.
You shall fall soon enough. You will not be denied so easily. There, Echo, but not. Bro just activated fucking stacks of leading. Okay, their healer's down. You think you can hide behind your tank? Again they rise. Have these warriors no limits?
No more games.
Ah. Can't break free. Oh, this is the fight you are destined to lose. No.
What?
The chains!
You snake! You would betray us as well?
He that holdeth fast unto his convictions shall never count betrayal amongst his crimes, though all the world may call him villain. My path is unchanged, my creed sacrosanct. This I believe with all my heart. But
Rihanjay?
say, warrior of darkness, and speak true, what dost thou believe? That rendering up the souls of thy world in service to the rejoining will grant it salvation? Nay.
By the 12! Oriange!
Mine apologies, Master Alphino. That the brightest light might shine, duty did compel me to walk in darkest shade.
You sweet fool. I was almost willing to believe you had turned against us. I expect a full explanation when this is over. For now, may I assume you have turned your cloak for the last time?
Thou mayest, my lady. By thy leave.
Oh, yes.
Even odds, then. No matter. We'll crush the lot of you in one fell swoop!
Overconfidence is a flimsy shield.
Understood.
Hearken to me. We only have one chance. Channel your ether into my blade that I might strike before the mage casts his spell. I cannot do it alone, but together we can defeat them.
Whoa, whoa.
Make ready! They come!
What do you think I'm trying to do?
The ether! It's not enough!
Let me get their fucking mage. Can someone please just fucking pull aggro on this guy? Actions and traits. Duty action 1. Anchored, please pull aggro.
I can feel it. Just a little more.
Hurry it up, Nightmare! Crush you!
Tis done. With this blade, I banish the darkness.
Not like this.
Bit much, but hey, it'll have to do. I hated that the CPUs didn't try to draw more aggro. Draw aggro to when I had to just feed the blade. Alizé.
Alizé, are you hurt?
Alizé.
A touch dizzy, but otherwise fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For nothing. Thanks for nothing.
And there you have it. Our friend is too stubborn to die.
Bankred.
We are far from finished.
Go back to the first.
Or have you never considered how we came to this world?
With the help of an Ascian.
Crystals? You mean, like the Ascians?
Just so. As the Ascians flee unto the rift twixt plains with crystals of darkness, so did these warriors come hither with crystals of light.
Ah.
Eloquent, as always. Aye, like the Ascians, we too are beyond death. You cannot defeat that which is eternal.
Wait!
Such methods as the Ascians employ require the renunciation of the flesh. You would have had to...
At long last, you see. To save our world, we gave our lives. We were just adventurers trying to make our way. An odd job here, a favor there. We never aspired to be warriors of light. But word of our deeds spread, and soon people were calling us heroes. They placed their hopes and dreams on our shoulders, and bid us fight for all that was good and right. We fought, and we fought, and we fought, until there was no one left to fight. We won! And now our world is being erased from existence.
Except in this case, you are also threatening to destabilize.
We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this. You of all people should understand. We will not falter. We brought our world to the brink of destruction, and now we must save it.
Yeah. And you do that what? By destroying another?
I've died before, Ilberd. I'm not afraid to die again.
No matter how many times we fall, we must rise and carry on the fight for those we left behind.
To have known the depths of sorrow and embraced the highest sacrifice. Nonetheless, Master Louis Sois, guide my hand, I pray you, as fate's thread spinneth upon this most capricious spindle.
He has a point.
Quickly! Thou must needs invoke the power of thy crystal.
Bind them. Yeah. Feel. Command override. Woo! That was a cool little transition effect. Here we are.
What is this place?
You wouldn't believe me if I said...
Pain. Such sorrow. Oh, my dear children.
It can't be.
Mother Heidelin, hearken unto your children's plea. From two worlds do we gather, and from two worlds do we offer a bounty of light. In this desperate hour we do beseech your intercession. We beg an audience with the word of the Mother, with your chosen Minfilia.
He knows!
Your cries go not unheard, nor your sacrifices unnoticed. Though many are lost, there are those we can yet save, whom I can yet save.
There we have her.
Minfilia.
Blessed children of the first, the light of your world hath grown blinding in its radiance, but it is not yet absolute. I will hie me to your world, and there take unto myself the light which riseth even now to drown it, as darkness once did drown another.
Now you deign to answer our prayers? I will suffer this farce no longer!
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Chill out, ya! No. That was a move just like, no you fucking don't.
As the Ascians must serve as instruments of Zodiac's will, so too must others carry out the will of Heidelin. But for the boon you have granted her, she has grown strong enough to set me free, that I might serve as her emissary. Your suffering, your sacrifice, your supplications, she has heard all. We will not let the first fall to light. Thank you, Urianger, for bringing everyone here. It fills my heart with joy to look upon the faces of my friends once more.
In taking you unto her bosom, I knew that Heidelin had bequeathed to you a sliver of her grace, granting you strength long sought. And in treating with the Ascians, I learnt of a star like unto our own, a doomed world of fallen heroes, in whom I glimpsed ourselves, the first. Full long did I search for a means to save this world, concluding at the last that the answer lay in the power of blessed crystals. And thus did I labor to set, light, against dark. Yet I knew from the beginning that this salvation would not come without sacrifice. For the instrument of the first's deliverance would of necessity be required to journey thither, there to remain, mayhap forever.
You orchestrated all of this, not to save her, but to send her away!
One life for one world. Such was the bargain, and you the coin, though it were not mine to spend.
Have we not walked together in the light of the crystal, and at her bidding borne witness to the joys and sorrows of this land? Each and every one of you knows my heart. If this be the price I must pay, I pay it gladly.
You would go alone, then?
My dearest Thancred, you who have ever watched over me, I am truly grateful for all you have done on my behalf, as would my father be. Your kindness, your compassion, your love. These are your gifts to me, and our gifts to them, forming a bond which transcends time and space.
Sometimes I forget you are not the child I once knew. Make me proud.
Long have I watched you from Heidelin's side, watched as you nurtured and kept safe the light of the dawn.
Oh, ah!
The dark recesses of the world hide untold secrets and dangers. Thus do I entrust to you, Tupsimati. I pray you, keep to the path that you may never have need of it.
I'll store it away safely. Hey, Albert.
'Twould seem the power of our crystals is all but spent. Perhaps, if there is naught else to be done.
It's time to head home, you lot.
Hear me, servants of Heidelin. If you would have us place our trust in you, then I would ask a favor.
You are not in a position to
Take
make any
us with you.
demands.
Take us home.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that makes sense. Have a safe journey, you lot. Who knows?
We were blind to the truth once, so I tell you this, as one fool to another. Light, dark, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you choose to use them.
Hi, there must
We made our
always...
choice and you see what came of it, so please, forge a different path. Seize a better fate.
Aye. There's always to be... There must always be a balance.
It is a strange feeling. So many times have I watched you depart, my heart filled with worry. And ever did you return to me in triumph, Someday, when I have found a way to free this star from her sorrow, I promise you I shall repay the favor.
There they go. The Warriors of Darkness and Minfilia. Oh. Look.
Thank you, Lemmy, for everything.
Oh, no, no. Lamine. No. A tear? A single tear shed. Oh, she is not in a... She is sad. Here we are. We're back outside. But where are we? Oh. Right where we entered. It would seem we are in Southern Fanalan again. Minfilia's doing, no doubt. Made a 12-speeder on her way. And the Warriors of Darkness, too. I cannot help but wonder what awaits those wayward souls. If they gave their lives in order to travel to the source, then in returning to the first, would they not? Mayhap that was their wish. Oh, an ending to mark a new beginning. I wonder where that point in the... Let me just pull up the wiki. Oh, that's already 3.4, and it's already the ending of 3.4, I think. You know what that means. We're on to the next patch. I'm gonna call BRB when we finish this quest, so leave them to me. I'll go back into Zanarak. But Fankred, you don't have to do this, I know, but I want to. I'll see you at the Rising Stones. I should go find Ida and Papalimo. They must have finished searching the mask's camp by now. Not that it matters anymore. Alize, you must be tired, Knazy. I know I am. If that will permit me, my lady, I would ask a question. When didst thou become aware of mine independent pursuits? When I saw you meeting with the Warriors of Darkness and the Ascian in white at the Great Library. I tried not to think the worst. I've never been one to confide in others, so I knew that even were your intentions pure, you would not share your plans with us until you felt the time was right. But I cannot deny a part of me feared you had simply betrayed us. Would that there had been another way. Know that I took no pleasure in deceiving thee, and that these sins will forever weigh heavy on my heart. I understand why you did what you did. You did what you did, but sought to achieve the greatest good while inflicting the least harm. Not many would have the courage to make that choice. Even knowing what came of your actions, I find that I cannot condone them. I'm sorry. Knazy, forgive me. But I believe the events of this day have taken their toll on me. I should like to rest for a while. If you would grant me leave. If thou wilt grant me leave, I would gladly escort thee into a refuge of thine own choosing. Once my lady hath regained her strength, we shall join thee at the Rising Stones. Until then, warrior of light. Classic Urian J, just using 100 words when 10 will do. Ada, Papalimo, Alfino. Well met, Kinesi. Alfino said you would be joining us. It would seem the Griffin's double was telling the truth, insofar as we found nothing resembling a sizable cache of crystals in Damask's camp. Did you perchance find one in Zaharak? Actually, I don't believe it. Crystals, Benphilia, all of it. I don't know what it is. I sympathize, Ida. Even now I struggle to comprehend what I saw, which I saw. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that I feel blessed to have been granted a final chance to speak with her. 'Twas bittersweet, aye, but also affirming. Alphino. I believe it is past time Ida and I rejoined the Scions. We have been away far too long. Though I am loath to leave the Griffin to his own devices, I feel our investigation would benefit from your more dispassionate perspectives. And I hope that we might, in turn, offer our own opinions on the many challenges you have faced in our absence. God, it's been absolutely ages, hasn't it? Can't wait to hear all about everyone's adventures. We should be glad to recount them, and Tataru's tales may well surprise you. Ida! Ralga be praised, it is you! Ida, alive and standing before me, in the flesh! I can hardly believe my eyes. Come now, has it really been so long you don't remember me? In Zgundabald. I fought beside your father in the revolution. Do not think less of her, friends. It's been 20 years since the occupation sent us separate ways, but the resistance were always welcome in Little Alamigo. They gave us hope, and young Ida most of all. Aye, Ida here is always full of fire. Never the first to volunteer for a mission, until the day she up and vanished, that is. There were rumors, and we feared the worst, but here you are, alive and well, looking nary a day older. Well, what can I say? I'm sorry for running off like that and making you all worry. It's a long story, but you see, I got involved with my friends here, the Scions. Oh, sorry, they were still the Circle of Knowing back then, right. Anyway, I wanted to come back and tell you, but it was all very secretive stuff at the time, and as you can see, I'm completely fine. I know, I got a lot to talk about, and we will, but right now I've got to hurry back to our headquarters. My friends are expecting me. Pray forgive her. It's been a very long day for us all. I promise we will visit again at the first opportunity. Let us return to the Rising Stones. Let's move. Hells take me for giving you that mask. Oh, I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense there. Let me just drop that one out and just click teleport to Revenant's Toll. Up Mordona. let's do this. Let's do the discussion. Let's do the side dialogue here first. Kultane. Many of our number are still out in the field, but I believe Ogre's party should be returning shortly. Huzzah, everyone! Ida and Papa Lebo are returned! We have not had a chance to speak, but the mere sight of them was enough to raise our spirits. Huzzah! Check in with Home. When you think about it, we have accomplished quite a lot in recent days, have we not? Though we are but... Though there are, of course, a few regrets for missed opportunities. A pity we were unable to deal with Ilberd and the Braves once and for all, for example. Carmen. Carmen! You needn't say a word, Knazy. I know. Wherever she wanders, no matter how far, she will always be with us. I didn't okay, that's a discussion I did not expect, but I wanted to check in on you. How are you doing? How you were doing? Welcome home, Knazy. I trust your journey was uneventful. You will be pleased to hear that Fankred has secured the crystals. He sent word a short while ago. Once he has delivered them safely into the Temple Knight's care, he will rejoin us here, and we can declare this matter officially resolved. While awaiting your arrival, I took the opportunity to contact Justala and Kryl, and brief them on all that has occurred. I also requested that they return to the Rising Stones at their earliest convenience. Now their lost friends have been found, it would seem meet to discuss the future. The nodders.
Back in the solar. It's been too long since we were all together like this. Not since after Moonbraider.
Much has changed since then. We ourselves, most of all.
Though not all who were lost could be gathered here today, we may take comfort in the knowledge that those who are not are carrying on the fight.
While I am grateful to our friends in the north for their hospitality, it isn't half good to be back.
But, as Papalima rightly said, much has changed since we last stood here. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are not as they once were, nor should we be. Our travels in the north brought us into contact with a host of fine and generous people, and their selfless deeds serve to show me that it is not lofty causes that should inform our actions, but our hearts. And I hope that the Scions might continue in this manner, as individuals driven by individual principles. Provided we all sincerely desire to work towards Eorzea's salvation, I believe the paths we follow to achieve it need not, and should not, be dictated by any single ideal.
Companions bound by a common purpose, free to go whither they will. The idea is not without merit. Very well. I shall resume my research of the primals and the elder gods of Eorzea. Should anyone have need of my findings, you need only ask. I should be glad of your continued assistance.
Well, my main purpose in coming here was to see the signs of the Seventh Dawn restored and my dear friend found. Nevertheless, having involved myself in your struggles, I feel compelled to see them through to the bitter end. For Minfilia's sake. That is, if there are no objections.
You will always be welcome here, Kryl.
Urianger, can we trust you to carry on your investigation of the Ascians as before?
Regardless of mine own desires, I am undeserving of your trust, having so villainously deceived you all.
Now, I'll hear no more of that. 'Twould be disrespectful of Minfilia's wishes. She entrusted matters here to
Heyo.
us. We might protect this star and understand the truth which hides at her heart. Mayhap I can handle the former, but I think you far better suited to the latter. No?
Very well. Then out of love for my Lady Minfilia and Moonbreeder both, this shall be my solemn charge.
Papalimo and I should probably return to Thanalan to keep an eye on the Resistance. There's still the matter of the Griffin and the Amalja, not to mention the new Imperial Viceroy. That little lot must be worthy of our attention, right?
And what will you do, Alize?
You know I have no great love for organizations and formalities. That being said, this new approach you propose is not wholly objectionable, and we've always got him to keep us from bickering. But I will suffer no titles. I am not here for House Leveilleur, nor to walk in Grandfather's shadow.
Upon that point, we see eye to eye. If it please you, you may think of me as but another comrade in arms.
Whoops.
Well then, Alfie, I for my part shall see to the paperwork and the finances with my characteristic aplomb.
I would not have it any other way, Tataru. And we mustn't forget you. What now for the Warrior of Light?
To strive for those we have lost, for those we can yet save.
Indeed.
The path behind us was fraught with hardship, and the path before us will be no less unforgiving. But a new dawn shall break over the realm, and I see before me the faces of those who will deliver it.
Look at them, Kinesi. Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Look how far we've come. The people we've met, the moments we've shared, the losses we've suffered, the tragedies we've overcome. All of it has made us who we are today. Where we go from here and what the future holds, only the 12 know. But I know that we will find out together. And that's the right moment to call in a little break. Because it's warm up here and I need to grab a drink. So, oh, of course, there's cutscene.
One world's heroes are another world's villains. One world's loss, another world's gain. Where men go as one, there is life. and where there is life.
Okay, after this cutscene, okay?
My friends, if I may, I would ask that you entrust Tupsimati to me. Clouds gather upon the horizon, and as Master Louisoix's disciple, I would keep it close at hand.
Even though the word asked me to hold it, I will hereby bestow it upon you.
Thank you. I shall guard it well.
Guard it with your life.
There is cause to hope. For every ending, every parting, marks a new beginning.
Oh boy. The Griffin. Well done, brother. You may resume your normal duties and rejoin the others. The coming battle shall be our greatest yet, and I intend to stand with you on that glorious day. This soundtrack indicates that there may be true believers are so readily led. That bastard again. I have given them everything they desired, all for which they have prayed. I doubt you can say the same of your pawns. Get what you wanted then? Was it all worth it in the end? There were some unexpected developments, but they were ultimately to our advantage. Be it host to a surfeit of light or dark, a world bereft of equilibrium is but a void in waiting, and a void is of no use to my master. I shall follow her emissary with great interest. As for the pawns of whom you so pity, they have delivered unto me a gift, which I do now present to you. Balls! Wait, that's Nidhogg's eyes! They have just... Those are Nidhogg's eyes encased in ice. The eyes of Nidhogg. Many were the candidates considered, but by your deeds you've proven yourself the most deserving. A man of boundless rage and bottomless despair, in whose breast beats a heart which thirsts for vengeance. Only you are fit to wield these eyes, for weal or for woe. They just... I swear to God, those Ascians really just give any Joe Schmo with a score to settle just a weapon of mass destruction to do it. Wait, what's this? What's this? Wait, why are we here? Why are we on a... So it was here all along. Oh, it's Nero. Oh, just you wait, my pretty. You and I are going to have so much fun. is. Ding! Now, Tataru's got the next quest there, but for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly have a short break. It's time to take a short break. See you in a bit. And wow, I'm back right on time! Haha! Hi! I am back right on schedule to resume this. Although I do still need to mix this. One moment. Okay, before we get into this quest line, let's just quickly check on the dialogues. The dialogue here. to check first with Ida. I guess I was still caught up in thinking about, well, everything. And then I dozed off for a moment. So Alphino, we all know he's got his mind made up. The Crystal Braves are no more. It's all over. Bam! But you haven't got to go home. You haven't got to go home, but you can't stay here. But Real, he's not having it. He won't even let old Alfie finish. My word, Canesi. I must confess to some considerable amazement at the great trials and tribulations you and the others have recently overcame. I must again apologize for our prolonged absence, and for the fact that we have yet to answer your many questions. As for Ida, well, all things in time, I suppose. Here I was worried about how to brief Papalimo on the many momentous events which we have borne witness to in recent memory. Little did I know I need only leave Hori to it. Alphino, I've been thinking, Canesi, when time allows, we should go and pay a visit to Gabu with Alize. Though their time together was short, I know she felt a kinship with the young child. Yamin? In that moment she departed this realm for the first. I heard her speak to me. I know this to be true, just as I know that she will one day return to us. In those final moments she was smiling, was she not? She was proud and hopeful and looking to the future. So I will too, Canesi, I will. I told her everything that happened. She needed to know, and I thought it would be best if it came from me. Strange to think back on the circumstances of our first meeting. We were all so very young, so foolish, powerless. Hey, look! Orme, it is not as though I do not enjoy the company of so many motivated youths. However, without Isilda around, I cannot help but feel somewhat isolated. He got carried away with his training, lest you wonder, and injured his back. Ariana's been looking after him ever since. Clemence? Oh, as if you wouldn't try to get rid of me at the first opportunity. Don't you drag me into this mess. I have a precocious sibling too, and I'm sure she'd be happy to join us. Haha, believe me, I know all too well about the burden that is a precocious sibling. We should trade tales over a drink sometime. Or perhaps even with the four of us. It's a bit overwhelming, quite frankly. Having spent so much time on the road, often by myself. Yet I will try to approach this as a learning experience. As I did my travels. Had I not kept an open mind, after all, I doubt I would have been able to master the ethereal blade. Nor would I have benefited from the rather pointed advice I received. There is no one path, as some are given to say. And there is wisdom in exploring every school of magic, as there is in exploration of all things. Tidings from Garabania. Ah, Canesi, just the hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favor? I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. This won't take long, I promise. Diamond Forge is over in... Oh. Diamond Forge. I don't know exactly where that is. It's warm in my room right now. Please tell me not several scenes was the plane sequence. Oh. Sorry to drag you away from your duties, but as I said, this won't take long. I just need you to stand perfectly still for a few moments. Ah! Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. He's getting a new fit! He's getting new duds! No squirming now. Oh, and you might want to close your eyes. Oh my god! Ah. All finished. The warrior of light's every measurement from heroic head to intrepid toe. Why? You know I can just use a Fantasia to change that, right? Oh, wouldn't you like to know? All in good time, Knazy. All in good time. Aha! I found you! Yes, I did chuck the rest of this bottle. Alphino wants everyone in the Solar for a meeting. I don't know what it's about, but he seemed to think it was very important. Go on. Get everything we need. No sense in keeping everyone waiting. Oh no, I feel like they're gonna make a custom outfit. They're gonna make a complete uniform.
We're here. Did we miss anything?
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Orianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
You may dispense with the preamble.
Thank you, Elise. It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the Warriors of Darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
Is that all? Oh, then the decision seems clear. No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
She's right, you know.
I did not mean to... That was not my intention. As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
Should none of our number step forward? Must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede he might struggle to balance his new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
Thancred.
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Yeah, Papalimo also makes another valid.
Oh my goodness, help! I need some help here!
Tataru is in trouble. Tataru!
Tataru, are you all right?
Wait.
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Narco! God, how did... Yashola! Please, you have to help her.
Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
Now, we've staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all.
Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay.
Nago.
I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. But I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Alamegan Resistance. I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Belthar's wall from the Alamegan side.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Agreed. I shall depart for Limsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emeric, and encourage him to send an envoy. To Taru, Krile, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed. I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
I suspect the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end. The business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice. 'Twas Master Louis Soir himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so, I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
Hey, that was a weird little moment with that. It was a model. Time to go to Foundation. Oh look, it's someone from Seas again. Good lot of luck. Good lot of help you were with casting out those Asians. Greetings, warrior of light. What business brings you to Ishgard? I seek an audience with Sir Emmerich. The Lord Speaker. It's good to see you, my friend. 'Tis what a pity it must be under such circumstances. Had Lucia not informed you of the urgency of your suit, I would certainly have sent for some wine. But to business, I thank you for bringing these developments in Alamigo to our attention. Ishgard will of course send an envoy to attend the council in Gridania. I cannot say who will represent us, however, as the choice is not mine to make. Not mine alone at any rate. Given the imminence of the threat, we may forgo the formalities of a full assembly, but I will need to consult my counterpart in the House of Commons prior to proceeding. Will you permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements? Oh yeah, government. Oh yeah, they've had a change of government. They don't. Our representative, whomever we select, will require a suitable escort. Make your preparations and inform Sahandaloo that he is to lead in your absence. Yes, Lord Commander. Kinesi, pray accompany Lucia to the gates of judgment and make ready to depart for Gridania. I will have her envoy join you as soon as I can. Fury speed you on your way. Oh yeah, wait, it's in Gridania. I forgot. I need to go ahead and... Lucia, if you will permit me, I need to go ahead and change into fitting garments. Lucia, if you will permit me. To change my glam. There. I am in uniform again. Though our principal foe lies defeated, we shall continue to keep order inside the walls and protect the citizenry. In that much, at least, the duties of the Temple Knights remain unchanged. If you have no other business in the city, join me at the gates of judgment. We must be ready to depart the instant the envoy arrives. Yes, I must go to the gates. Wouldn't be surprised if we meet again. As it happens, my counterpart in the House of Commons agreed that I should act as Ishgard's envoy. Not, I concede, that there ever was any real doubt. As Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it is my duty to sanction any military cooperation. Be that as it may, I could not in good conscience make the decision alone. Not with the ink scarce dry in the Republic's Book of Statutes. I trust you understand, my friend. Alas, I must test your patience still further by making a stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would see that the garrison is ready to defend the border. Let me just go ahead and equip this. That's chaos. The garrison commander waits within. Why not accompany me, Casey? You may see a familiar face. There's an entire roleplay group active right now in this area, so I didn't know. Madeleine! Crazy old boy! How wonderful it is to see you! And Sir Emmerich, too. To what do I owe these unexpected pleasures? I will have some mulled wine brought up from the kitchens at once, if you will excuse. Nay, do not trouble yourself, Honorat. We shall be soon on our way. Lucia, a brief summary, if you will. Yes, Lord Commander. And so Lucia brought Madeleine up to speed. Huh. Those villains hardly need an excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes as naturally as breathing to an Imperial. And thus we shall strengthen our patrols as you suggest. We shall also communicate these developments to Lord Francel and the Observatorium. I see you have everything in hand. Carry on, Commander. Surprised to see yours truly at the helm? Honestly, not surprising. You and me both, old boy. Doubt I'll ever feel worthy to sit where he sat. Yet, we can but play the hand we're dealt. And with a little help from veterans, and Onawa's ceaseless chiding, I'm sure I'll muddle through. So worry not, old boy. Off to Gridania with you. Off to my home. Time to head home. I am fully dressed, just in uniform for. Kanezi just there, fully dressed in Gridanian uniform. Wait, New Gridania, which means I can do this. Note, I intentionally put it on event instead of general because, well, the communication is just. Of course, we have an entire band of Lalafels here. One of them is bald! Diplomatic duties have brought me here on several occasions. But I find it... I'm as enriched by Shroud's beauty now as when I first laid eyes upon it. I fear that this time, however, event shall not afford us the luxury of enjoying the splendor of the forest. An allied decision. Sir Emmerich is ready to... Well, there we go. It seems we have an escort to the Lotus stand. A pleasant place to discuss unpleasant matters, is it not? Yes, of course. Tis like that we are last to arrive. Let us announce ourselves, shall we? There we go, straight through. The envoy from Ishgard has arrived. Has arrived? Very good. Let's wave you. Ah! And the Lominson party as well. Admiral! Roll my web. Yugiri! I'd hoped to slip in unannounced, but I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sir Emmerich. Admiral, always a pleasure. And Kinesi, I trust you are well. 'Tis a day for reunions, it seems. I believe you are well acquainted with my escort, Lady Yugiri. Master Kinesi, I was glad to hear from Riol that the missing scions have now been found. Yep, it's finally time. There is much and more I would discuss with you. Let us first attend to the issue at hand, shall we? Alphino, Alizé.
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gyr Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This Griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Belsar's wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force. And the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
At the Battle of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies labored to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove. Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
The Doman people too would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal. On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed? Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift, and there is much to be done.
The Council knows that Alamigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defences seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
I was just... Yeah, I was just listening along to this cutscene. That the Council was able to reach the core so swiftly. It's a heartening development in itself. I only hope my misgivings prove unfounded. Good. Good, you have yet to depart. I feared I'd missed you. Sir Emmerich! Master Alfredo, pleasure as always. And Mistress Alize, how wonderful to see you thus recovered. Pardon the interruption, I'd hoped to thank Knesi for serving as our escort before other duties called him away. I also wish to thank our Doman ally. I hadn't even noticed her! Forgive me, my lord. I was but awaiting an opportune moment to join the conversation. And force of habit made me keep to the shadows. Seriously, I didn't even notice her behind that tree. Shows that her training paid off. No apologies are necessary, Mistress Yugiri. It was most grateful for your interjection when I offered Ishgard's support. My nation's historic failure to heed the Alliance's pleas for aid is a matter of record. Even so, the Alliance leaders were plainly unprepared for my impromptu apology. The resulting air of awkwardness might have lingered longer were it not for your timely offer of cooperation, which allowed the other seats here to accept us both. I very much appreciate the gesture. I only did my duty, Sir Emmerich. The Empire is an enemy to us all, and we are grateful for the opportunity to fight at your side. And full glad are we to have you. Pray convey my regards to the Scions, my friends. We must return to Ishgard. Whatever is wrong with a simple sorry or thank you? Must these politicians always make a speech out of everything? That is how we adults speak, dear sister. Mayhap the ones who like the sound of their own voice. In any case, our business here is concluded. We should be on our way as well. Will you accompany us to Revan's Toll, Yugiri? Actually, I think I shall first pay a brief visit to the East Shroud. I'm curious to see how Papalimo and Ida fared in their talks to the Sylphs. Not to mention what has been going on at Belsar's wall. I will join you at the Rising Stones anon. I'll first dip under a little bit of cover. So I can switch glams. Back to this. And then take off the headgear. And then I will trigger a teleport back to Mordona. Welcome back, Canadian. I don't know about you, but I'm heartily glad that all the talking is over. I understand these council meetings are important. Do you not find it tiresome to have to weigh every word before you speak it? I doubt I'll ever feel at home in the realm of politics. Yeah, same here. That said, people have been known to change. And if my brother is willing to run his own errands, anything is possible. Griffin on the wall. Alize seems eager to discuss the council's decision with the other scions. As much as I enjoy the bustle of the toll, I think it's time we headed inside. My brother and the others will not be long. Look, I started raising rogue / ninja before I even realized the quest with that the main sequence was going to involve Yugiri at all. Didn't even realize Yugiri existed. You're returned from the council. But what of Alphino? Did some other matter require his attention? Speak to the devil and he shall appear. Mine apologies, friends. And trust me, we've not kept you waiting over long. Greetings, everyone. Oh, Kryl. How's Naga doing? She will be alright, won't she? I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment. Tataru's keeping an eye on her, so we will know soon enough if there's any change in her condition. Her wounds are healing well. With sufficient rest, I am certain she will make a full recovery. Thank goodness for that. Now, mayhap would you share with us the Council's decision? Each of the nations, Ishgard included, has committed to providing military support to Gridania. The Aeolian Alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial act of aggression. I know, I almost wish the Council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be the Imperial caught between the Resistance and the Alliance. Either you cannot seriously, one does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. Quite. To open hostilities without due consideration would be to invite disaster. If only there were some way to reach the Griffin. Some means to convince him to abandon this reckless course. It may not be entirely unfeasible. There is a network of tunnels beneath Baelsar's wall. Secret passages dug by the Resistance to provide a way out of Alamigo. Which may equally serve as a way in? Precisely! Now, if all are in agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I am familiar with the route, and the Resistance is familiar with me. About as familiar as they are with me, you mean? Say what you want, I'm coming too. I have some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you would have me, my services are at your disposal. We know you are good at this. We know you're good at this, but I don't know if it's as are mine. It's been far too long since I shared a shadow of a shinobi, and I do not intend to waste the opportunity. 4 is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detection. Kryl and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What of you, Leviers? I will return to the East Shroud and stand watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worse, it would seem wise to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany me, Knazy? Gridania will be safer for your presence, and while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, your sister, might I ask that you remain at the Rising Stones to pass on messages and so on? You're on comms duty. To hold the fort, you mean? Very well, I suppose the task must fall to someone. Safe travels, all of you. Wait, let's check the dialogues. I suspect Taru will have little trouble facilitating communication between our forces under normal circumstances, but I can see that she has her hands full nursing that resistance fighter back to health. No matter, my turn in the field will come. Yamin? Taru and Crowd took that resistance fighter to more private chambers, that she might recuperate in peace. The poor girl was in quite the state, wasn't she? Let's check with the Belsar's wall team. Soko Yugiri. Fellow shinobi required little encouragement to take their place amongst the Alliance forces massing in Gridania. They are most eager to cross blades with the armies of Garlemald once more. Ida? All I'm saying is it wouldn't be the worst thing if we ended up joining the Griffins' fight against the Empire. I mean, it's going to happen sooner or later, isn't it? I may perhaps have exaggerated my standing with the Resistance a little, but I am confident that we'll have a reasonable chance at putting a stop to this madness before events spiral out of control. Yes, fair to middling at the very least. I am no ninja, but I spent some few moons in the Charlian homeland, learning how to move unseen. Between Yugiri and my humble self, Ida and Paparima will be well protected. Alfie? If you have any unfinished business in the talk, pray attend to it now. And we depart for the Hawthorne Hut without delay. The nearby watchtower offers an unobstructed view of Belsar's wall, and I should be interested to speak to the Alliance commanders who have installed themselves at its top. Hawthorne Hut. I swapped the teleports once again. The Hawthorne Hut. There we go. Teleporting. Knazy. There you are. Come. Marissa's spine. Marissa is a spine awaits. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to apprise us of any developments at the wall. Fancy meeting the two of you here. We were about to set forth. Indeed, as I was about to say, 12 watch over you. But I doubt you have need of divine protection, even if you are venturing into enemy territory. Don't worry, Alvina, we'll have the Griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it. Do make up your mind, Need. Nary a moment ago, you seem to be ready to shake the Griffin by the hand rather than the neck. So which is it to be? It would be best to decide before we enter into negotiations. Trust me, Papolino, I'll shake whatever needs shaking. The talking part I'll leave to you. I think I feel a headache coming on. Let's be on our way, shall we? Some things never change. Well then, shall we make for the spire? Our Alliance friends will doubtless have news for us. I need the chocobo. And GC salute. What? There's not even a way to. Welcome, Warrior of Light. I assume you are here to speak with our commanding officers. You will find them on the observation platform. Pray proceed. I wonder if there was a different dialogue if I actually had the Serpent uniform equipped as either a glam or as proper armor. Pippin! Greetings, my friends. It's good to see you both well. Was hoping you might turn up. I've dragged half the watch here. Seeing the sight of you might help them remind them why we bought it. Oh wait, I skipped. If memory serves, I've not seen many of you since the day of the Grand Melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say what an honor it is to stand at your side. 'Tis heartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? All has been quiet. Oh, a fight. Report. What? 7 hells. Fighting has broken out on top of the wall. A full-scale assault. So the Griffin has made his move. Someone has. And what's that supposed to mean? Those attackers, they're wearing Grand Company colors. Impossible. We gave no such order. Of course. The wall was never the Griffin's target. It was bait. We have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending weight to this deception. If those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts, the Empire will surely think we've launched an offensive. This could mean war. Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparatively easy for the Griffin's supporters to slip into Alamigo. They could then incite a rebellion amongst the populace, which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Eorzea, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. Knazy, we must make for the wall at once. It will be done. What? Just the 2 of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, aye. But the confusion may work to our advantage. If we can avoid the skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin. And if we can do that... Lady Hilda, may I ask that you have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety? Huh. I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. We must prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through the storm. Pippin? Wait, I saw some blue. Some former Crystal Braves. I see some blue. Some people feigning allegiance to the Crystal Braves. Forward, comrades! The time has come to drive the Empire from Alamigo, and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Alamigo will be free, no matter the cost. Wait, this location. I remember this place. This is where that first where I first met Biggs and Wedge. From what Papalymo told me, the trail ahead should lead us into the shadow of the wall. As we have two objectives, I suggest we divide our forces. I shall make straight ways for the tunnels, and attempt to intercept our comrades ere they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask you scale the wall. Know that I would not propose such a course if there were any other way. But the time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through to the Griffin. Make him see reason by any means necessary. Once we are free of the tunnels, we will make for your position with all due haste. And if everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will then swoop in and spirit us all the way to safety. I only pray that we have enough time. Cutscene. Belsar's Wall now accessible. Oh, I can actually do this with a party of NPCs. I was kind of worried if it wasn't that it would be locked out to actually being with actual players. Rush. Ready or not? You call me a savage. Very flashy, this. You call me a savage? Wait, grab the ID key. Get that fucking special salute in there. I mocked them. Grabbing this man's ID key. And we are about to breach the wall. Live practice targets. Deploy sky armor units. Wait, these are very much styled after the Final Fantasy VI style, as you can see. Beam. We are in the beam. sign. Simple. Right, the other regions are just ahead. You three do know how to get in the way, huh? These guys are just... Okay, we're on the move again. Except I think we're about to be greeted with a second... Ah, these guys. We're approaching this one again. Oh, I just got smacked. Okay, we're detached. Except we're coming to a halt here. A Vanguard D1. Why must it be the Vanguard D line that stands in our way now? Enemies approaching from this way. Oh wait, this is the way. Armored weapon. Why is it spider shaped? Activating Cerulean. Motion tracking activated. Deploying magic flashes. Oh, come on! Gathered him up! And hit him. I said hit him. Motion tracking activated. You dare? I'll cut you down to size. Activating Magitech laser grid. Did you have to? I guess so. Structural integrity compromised. Initiating withdrawal protocol. Filibuster scope is striking. Let's check if any of this is better. Nope. Onto the lift. Oh, hi. That was yesterday, Awesome K-Boss. Oh boy, more boys. Their gunship is down. Oh. Give me the key. And give me loot. Costume. I'll take out their security. Look at this entire gaggle of fools. Of the Grand Company. That's the Empire. Crush his armor. Griffin! Ilberd, you bastard. What do you mean that was a... I was out of the zone when the puddle disappeared.
you like these?
How do you like them apples?
Sloppy.
Sloppy? Buddy,
I'll tell you, limb from limb. Sloppy.
Of course it's that fucking bastard Ilberd.
For Alamigo! I have you now. Yeah. How'd you like these? Yeah! Sloppy. Yeah.
You know you...
Sloppy.
You call this...
I'll tear you limb from limb. Yeah. Sloppy. For Alamigo!
It isn't for Alamigo anymore, bud. I know you.
I have you now. Yeah. How'd you like these?
How you like them apples?
Yeah!
How do you like them apples?
Yeah.
You want to get serious, Ilberd? Well then. Let's get serious.
You've beaten me, aye.
Beaten you, yes. But by much more of them.
But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold, a glimpse of things to come.
Well, you bastard.
We did it! We showed the bastards!
Aye! Victory is...
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
This is for Alamigo. for Eodia. They die that others may live.
Mom. Is that who I think it is? That scheming bastard.
Vanguard!
Attack!
Seven hells! Do you hear that?
War machines. How did they get here so quickly?
Stand your ground! For the resistance!
Ah, look at that, Ilberd.
There's nowhere to run. We're cut off.
Gods help us! What were we thinking? The Empire's too big. Too powerful. Mighty Rolger. Grant us.
Oh no. Oh no, they have... I think this may have just accidentally triggered another primal summoning.
There you are.
As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
What do we do?
Clearly.
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Ilberd, I should have known. This has to end. It has to end now. Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand? You truly are a sheltered child, Leveilleur.
Don't you see it? Your men are getting massacred out there.
Nidhogg's eyes. No
No
abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen, so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces. My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call. Take back our homeland! Free Alamigo! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood. You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
What exactly do you mean to do?
He's gonna summon
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
Summoned?
Primal.
You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal! You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power!
Oh yes, I know their limitations. Which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
What? Here? Now?
Like hells you will!
An ending to mark a new beginning. My pain, my longing, you shall have it all!
Oh, how I wish that more like Matt Smith would, Smith or David Tennant would voice a character in this game. Did he just go splat? Did he go splat? Took a while for the music to kick in. Oh, this one is pre-rendered. I can feel it in my bones. These colors are different. This color effect is different. Drawing upon me for these corpses.
This light, is it?
His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape.
Well, can't we stop it? There must be something we can do!
Wait, Nidhogg.
There is one thing.
Nidhogg.
What? Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Master Louisoix briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same.
But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days!
Ah, Alphino, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
Tiptimati, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
But he's...
Don't you dare, Papalymo! I know how that spell works.
Oh no. He is not. Oh, yeah, I'm down here. I normally dip away if I'm in a
It is time to leave.
If I'm in an animated cutscene. If I'm in a spoken cutscene.
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go. The further away, the better.
It's... Oh no.
No.
Louis...
If you're staying, then so
Papalymo isn't gonna be doing what I think he's gonna do,
Ida.
is he?
There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here. Not like this.
Oh, I'm doing good. I finished 3.4. Now I'm in 3.5's questline.
Take her! Please, you have to take her!
The boss at Ilberd reared his ugly head again. For the last time, hopefully. He's been a thorn in my side since the end of the 2.x quest line, so...
What? No! Damn it, Thancred!
The reason I said for the last time, I hope, because his body is somewhere down there.
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
It's somewhere down there. Trust in Papalymo and leave on the airship. So I'll be with you, Papalymo.
Hilda! I think he means now!
Punch it! I think I know what he's gonna do.
I bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida.
RIP! F in the chat for
Now,
Papalymo.
Let us see how good a student I truly was.
And there we have it, paralleling the last cutscene for Louis Soir. Okay. That beast is sealed away for now. Pippin. It's been explained to me what that light represents, and I've ordered our forces to stand ready. Seems we can do little else but wait. Every Ishgardian gets taught that the Sea of Clowns churns in the grip of the warring elements of water and wind. Enough to tear you apart, they say. No one's ever gone to the bottom of the abyss and lived to tell the tale. So how did that bastard manage to get his hands on Nidhogg's eyes? Papalymo knew what he was doing. I could not refuse him. How many more must we lose? I can only understand too well the desire to reclaim one's homeland, but I cannot condone such slaughter. Ida. Why? Why didn't they let me stay? Why didn't he let me stay? Papalymo is my friend. I should have been there with him. You could see it in his eyes, Ida. He knew what he was doing. What had to be done. Master Louis Soir wore that same look, right before the end. Don't you think I don't know that? I know, alright, I know! There's nothing more you could have done. Ilberd caught us all off guard. Even Kinesi was powerless to stop him. I don't have any snoozers left, so this time when the ads kick in, it's ads time. Speaking of which, we're out of pre-roll time. Yes, I do have the Twitch dashboard up on a separate machine here. Off to the side here, it's an old iMac, but it's not running macOS. It's running Ubuntu. If you must blame someone, then blame me. Just promise that you will never forget what Papalymo strove to protect, or the lessons he tried to teach you. Don't speak to me. Leave Ida with me. Go on. Go back to the Rising Stone. The others need to know what happened here. Yes, that Ilberd returned once again. Because let's be honest, Louisoire's finest student. Once again, I find myself at a loss for words. But Fanker's right, we must return to the Rising Stones and apprise our companions of all of this. Pray make your way there at once. I'll send word to your Sola and the others of your imminent return. I'll do that, and then I'm ending the stream, by the way. Or, actually, I'll go ahead and kick in a quick 1 minute. I'll kick in a quick 1.5 minute ad break to resume the... I'm kicking in a quick 1.5 minute ad break so we can resume our... So we can resume. So I have some pre-roll before the end of the stream. Wait, did that actually just click its way through? That literally just clicked its own... clicked as a countdown. And welcome back. It's time to speak with Alizé. Spoken? Spoken? It would seem you bring ill tidings, brother. Aye, behind the Griffin's mask, we found the grinning face of an old adversary. Ilberd. I know not how, but he had in his possession the eyes of Nidhogg, whose dread power he used to initiate a summoning ritual, even as we looked on. Why the 12? I don't understand. To attempt such a magic requires every ounce of one's Aether. Not one, not even grandfather, could cast it and hope to survive. Indeed, it was ever a last resort, as I'm certain Papalymo was aware. Thus did the pupil follow in the footsteps of his master, even unto the grave, and have as yet been unable to explain how Ilberd... I have as yet been unable to explain how Ilberd came to possess Nidhogg's eyes. In the depths of the sea of clouds, a perpetual storm of water and wind aspected ether rages. No mortal could endure such conditions. It may have it was the work of an Ascian. But now's not the time for idle speculation. Kryl, I have need of your assistance. Yes, of course. We must inspect the cocoon of light and ascertain the state of the primal trap within. Between our respective talents, I dare say we shall glean some measure of insight. Understood. I can't promise I'll be able to sense much through the barrier, but I shall certainly do my best. As shall I. Let's be about it then. Without so much as by your leave, pray forgive Archon Shola and Yashola her brevity. She seeketh employment, lest her grief deprive her of the will to act. A desire to comfort Ida doubtless compoundeth her unseemly haste. Wait. No, don't turn on auto-advance. I too must contend with this grievous loss in mine own way. By thy leave, Lady Alizé, I shall honor our fallen colleague through gainful study. There exist writings which may yet further our understanding of this cocoon of light. Mayhap I was too quick to judge. Surrendering to sadness and regret would be a poor tribute to Papalimo's sacrifice. Quite. We must begin the preparations to face Ilberd's accursed creation without delay. What time we have was purchased at too dear a price for us to squander it. And there we go. School's out. Forever. What's the emote for closing one's... What's the emote command for closing one's eyes shut? Actually... He's worried. He is worried right now. As for... Gonna log out?